Hi there, it's Donna from Taffy Crafting, and today is time for Share It on a Sunday. And our theme for this week is retiring stamp sets. And our new catalogue goes live in a month's time. And I've been working my way through it. This is one of the perks of being a demonstrator. You get to see this before it goes live, and you get the opportunity to pre-order, not everything, not that there's a lot of money in the world to be able to buy everything, but you get a selection of things that you can pre-order. So my pre-order's gone in, and I'm looking forward to showing you what comes through the post. I can't show you the inside of the catalogue. We're not allowed to do that until it goes live. And beautiful things in here, some lovely things that are carrying over from this year's catalogue, but there are some things that are retiring. Obviously, it is a little bit of in with the new, but then out goes the old. And what I'm going to show to you today is this Hooray to You stamp set. You have to excuse me, I've got a squeaky table. The Hooray to You stamp set. I haven't used this a lot, and so I want to make a little stack of birthday cards. And this is what I've done. Just done some simple layering. So this is a really good tutorial for somebody who has never stamped before. I want to show you just how easy it is. Now, if you were to look up this stamp set on Pinterest or on YouTube, people are colouring in these flowers with markers and then stamping from there, but you're only able to do a bit at a time. I don't have the patience for that. So I've done something else because I did want to have a contrast of colours. And there are a selection of things that you can do with this. So you can stamp it, and you could potentially colour in these little flowers with another colour. I wanted to contrast on this, and so what I decided to do, and I don't have a black Stampin' Up marker, I've just got a Sharpie, and I've just written over or very carefully written over the happy birthday in black to give that contrast. So I just want to show you just very quickly how I did that. Give you all the measurements of my card and show you how quickly it is. You could get a production line going on here. Two sheets of basic white cardstock will do more than 2 cards, because you need a piece of A4 cardstock just sliced in half to make your card base, but then you also need another piece for your layers. So this is UK size A4, which I've trimmed down to 11.5, and then I have cut on the long side, sliced that at 5 3/4, and then I've scored what then becomes the long side, the 8 1/4 inch side, at 4 1/8. That is UK A4 sizes. I know that it's a bit different in other countries. So just get a piece of A4 and cut it in half. I've then layered that up with some basic black. So this measures 3 7/8 by 5.5. So I've got a slightly bigger border than what I normally do. I normally shrink down my layers by 1/8 of an inch, but this time I'm doing it by 1/4 of an inch. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. Now, Terracotta Tile is retiring. We've had it for 2 years now. It's making way for some new in colours. So I want to get my Terracotta Tile used up. I had 2 sheets of this to use. So I thought I'd use that for this project. So the next layer is 5 1/4 by 3 5/8. Yes, 3 5/8 of an inch. So I've just brought it in again by 1/4 of an inch. And I love the orange with the black. I just think that's lovely. I love that contrast. And then I have a piece of basic white cardstock. This is what I'm going to stamp on. Now this is 3/8 of an inch smaller. So this measures, let me get my ruler because I've forgotten how much I did this, because I measured this based on the size of the stamp. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 7/8. So I'm going to stamp on that first. So I've got my stamp on my block. So this is an E block. It's a nice big block. and I've got some Terracotta Tile ink. So again, this is retiring, so I won't be using this for much longer. Certainly after a month, that'll be it, it'll be gone. So I'm going to make a few things over this next month in Terracotta Tile to get it used. Try my best to get it completely central. That's not my strong point, getting stamps central. Doesn't matter how much I practice. And sometimes I stamp and then cut round so that I actually get it central on the piece of card. I think that's okay. And you could leave it like that if you wanted to. Or you can colour in these flowers with maybe a different shade of orange. So you might want to use, for instance, pumpkin pie. I think I've got some pumpkin pie here. Shall I show you what they look like? If I can find them. So this is light pumpkin pie. So if you were to colour these in, now I've got quite poor eyesight, I need to get quite close to my projects to colour them, so I'll just do a little bit of this. But you could, oh, I'm going to get carried away with this now. You could just start colouring these in. I think that's lovely. So that's the marker side of the Stampin' Blend. And you can colour those in. Just like that. I'm not going to do too many of these, but I will do them off camera just because I've got to get a bit closer. Like that. She says, I'm not going to do many of them. Honestly, this is the last one. Or if you want a real contrast, then you can go in with another colour. So that's something you can do that. We don't have to. Don't have to do that. Now, if I had a black marker, which I don't, then I would use the black marker to go over the happy birthday. But I've had to pick up a Sharpie just for that contrast. Again, you don't have to do that. You could just layer the cards up. Let me show you what it would look like. You could just layer the cards up and go with that. It's all preference. But I'm going to... Well, I can't do all of these, again, because I need to get super close to be able to see it. But all I'm going to do with that Sharpie is very carefully, but confidently, with my squeaky table, is just go over those lines. Like that. And I really like the contrast. Not covering all of those, let me show you, because I like the fact that you can see that orange behind it. It's all preference at the end of the day. If you like that, you could keep that like that. If not, you could just take a little bit of extra time and just make sure that all of that orange or terracotta tile is covered. I thought I did want to get it covered, but actually I really like the fact that you can see some poking behind it. I struggle with the curves without being able to get close to this. Now, just while I'm doing this, I'll see if I can talk and write at the same time. At the time that this video goes live, it's Easter Sunday, and I've been working up towards, really working to get to 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Now, it could be by the time this video goes live that I have hit 2,000. At the time that I'm making this video, which is the day before, I'm on 1,992 or 91, can't remember. So if you like paper crafting tutorials, I do some simple things like this. And sometimes I do more complicated things. My tutorials, I never go really quickly. They are at a speed that you can follow as you go along. Or you can craft as you're watching. And if that's the type of thing that you like, or if you think you might like to give it a go, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Ring the bell, hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I publish a new video. Now April is a fresh start for me. I now have a new Stampin' Up upline. And I've just used that as a new beginning, a fresh start, to really try and push my YouTube channel, to try and put some content out there more regularly. Sometimes you find that there might be 3 or 4 videos a week, and then you get no videos at all, which is what happened in February. I didn't post a single video in February, and I don't want that to happen anymore. I want to try and get more consistent with that, just because I know that people want to see content, people who like to go nice and slowly with my tutorials. So for those of you that like that, that's what I want to do. So please subscribe if that's the kind of thing that you like. So there we go. I've just coloured that in, or a pencil markered that in. I was going to do it off camera and didn't. Just get a few more of those coloured in. There is a blog post that goes with this tutorial. There is a link in the description bar, and it will give you all of the product details, and it will also give you all of the measurement details, and it will give links to my partners in crime, Crafty Karen Designs and Vicky Lou Designs, and we do this every Sunday. We have a theme and we make a project for that theme. So please go and click on their links and see what they've made. So what I'm going to do is go back to that later and finish off those flowers, because actually that looks far better than I thought it was going to look. And I'm just going to get this layered up. So first layer down. Now my writing on there would look a whole lot better if I could have got closer to that, so don't look too closely at that. I just want to show you don't need lots of fancy stamping techniques to get a really, really lovely looking card and a pretty card. You can just stay nice and simple. Try and line that up. And then I'll put that on my card base. There are some other stamps in this stamp set as well. So we've got things in here like time to celebrate, hooray to use, some more flowers. So you can decorate that however you wish. There like that. So we've got a nice frame around all of those layers. I love layering up card. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in there and just neaten a few of these bits and pieces up here where it's just gone a little bit wobbly. There we go, using up a stamp set that I haven't actually used that much. So I should do a few more of those, perhaps in some different colours. And we'll be sad to see that go, because that's a nice bit of simple stamping. I'll leave the link to this in the blog, so that if you want to get your hands on that before that retires at the beginning of May, then you can get your hands on that. So there's 2. I've got enough cardstock to do at least another one, and then perhaps with some different colours as well. So thank you ever so much for joining me. I'll be back again soon with another video. I'll try and get a bit more regular and get 2 videos out a week at least, and see how we go with that. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.